Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from P's World. This one looks like a doozy.
So a nurse on TikTok has gone viral over the last couple of days for essentially calling out black women for coming to work looking unprofessional. Or actually,
Alright, I don't know if it's just black women, but there's a lot of nurses that come working unprofessional. What, they do all the TikTok dances and stuff?
she like to say ghetto.
There is no gatekeeping. There's several different pathways you can take, which is a great thing, but also is seeming to backfire because there's some people who really shouldn't be nurses or NPs out there.
True.
Okay? So anyway, I say all that to say that for the people who are representing as nurse practitioners, I cannot stand the fact that I'm seeing ghetto providers all over social media watering down any respect that the nurse practitioner profession has, and that's why a lot of nurse practitioners.
What do you mean by ghetto? What do you mean by that? I need some characteristics.
Are getting upset. It's one thing to still be learning because you're a novice, you're still within your first couple of years as a nurse practitioner. It's another for you to have the audacity to go on the internet, talk about being a nurse practitioner, and you are literally going into work with lashes out to here, face in full glam like you're about to go to the club, wearing nails out to here.
True. Okay. I have no issues or quorums with this because acrylic nails is actually not allowed for nurses. It wasn't allowed for a very long time. I don't know if things have changed or not because acrylic nails are constantly breaking and causing a lot of other stuff. So it can really contaminate the hospital. This is why you're not supposed to wear it. You're not supposed to wear certain clothes at the hospital. You're supposed to wear lint-free linen type things because of those types of things. Makeup is very similar, and eyelashes. You're not supposed to be wearing too much of those things because, yes, it can harm the patient.
While you're treating patients, it is absurd. I have not seen this with any other
Who could she be talking about?
profession. Like any other medical profession with an advanced degree doing this. I don't see it with pharmacists.
True.
I don't see it with psychologists, counselors, physicians, MDs, DOs. I'm not seeing it anywhere else. It's only with the nursing. And I'm like, what is this? I literally was on
And say it with your chest, man. Say what you really want to say. I'm sick and tired of you niggas coming to work looking like clowns, okay, painting your face like Picasso, looking crazy. Just get it off your chest.
Teams call for a hospice company I've been working with.
I don't really think it's just black women, P. That's the thing. It's Hispanic women and even Asian women nowadays are going in with crazy nails and lashes and things like that.
And one of the nurse practitioners came on with a tank top and her breasts hanging out. So unprofessional, so embarrassing. And I'm like, this is why some physicians don't respect nurse practitioners. I don't respect you. I don't even care what your title is. I will not respect you in a professional setting if you don't even know how to dress.
True.
Dress includes your makeup, the long eyelashes, the crazy nails. That is unprofessional. I'm sorry. It just is. And I think that because there's so many hybrid programs online, these nurses and nurse practitioners are not learning about professionalism.
No, they're not.
Because the teacher is behind a computer.
I don't think young people learn professionalism that much.
I remember one day I was running late to my clinical rotation, and so I didn't iron my coat. And my preceptor was like, she roasted me. And I was a little upset, because I was like, I'm working and I rushed here and I was under a lot of stress already. The last thing I cared about was my coat being ironed. Okay, I didn't think it looked that bad. But she made it very known to me not to ever come to her clinic without my coat being pressed, my white coat. And I appreciate her doing that because that is something I needed to know. Because when we are practicing, we are representing our profession. So I need all of these nurse practitioners.
Well, you're also representing the hospital or the clinic or whatever you're working at too.
Nurse practitioner students out here flaunting, so happy that they're entering into nursing. I'm happy for you too, but I need you all to do a better job of how you're representing us and cut out the ghetto antics. I hate to say it, but it's ghetto. It literally is. So if you need to Google professionalism, what does workplace attire look like, business casual, whatever it is that you need to research, I need you all to do that.
She got a shit ton of backlash for this video, okay? Because let's be for real, we know who she's talking about, right? She's talking about black women.
I don't really think it's black women, bro. I think it's just ghetto women. And ghetto women are not just black women. I live in Los Angeles. I don't know where you live, P, but I live in Los Angeles. Everybody's ghetto. Like, a lot of people. Like, white people, black people, Hispanic people, Asian people. There's a lot of ghetto-ness out here, right? And I just think it's a normal thing to say, but I don't know. Maybe she is focusing on the black community. I'm not sure.
What?
Maybe.
What demographic of nurses are going to work? Painted up, nails done.
Again, I think, P, you're not too sure about it, but there's actually a lot of other demographics too.
On fleek. Period. You know who she's talking about. So she got all the backlash and she made a response, and I'm not feeling it, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say some shit, like, you gotta stand on business.
Damn right you
Yo,
do.
you gotta say that shit with your chest. I'm sick and tired of you niggas coming to work looking crazy. That's what you should have said. But let's get into her response, because I'm not a fan of it.
Anyone arguing in the comments saying that you should be able to wear long nails to work as a healthcare provider, if you're nursing and doing direct patient care, you are absolutely out your mind. That is never appropriate. These nails are way too long. If I'm providing direct patient care, I would not wear these.
They're not even supposed to wear like regular like nail polish. They have to use gel, particularly gel polish. They're allowed.
Nails.
At least, again, from what I remember.
Okay, so I'm off. I can wear these. You can wear these nails. You can wear whatever you want when you're not at work. But there's certain things there's reasons why we are told to dress a certain way at work. There's
Correct.
reasons why they have dress policies. Not only because we represent the company we're working for, we represent our profession, but also because some of the stuff it's due to patient safety.
Correct.
Right? So I saw a nurse practitioner. She had her own clinic and she had nails out to here. She's doing cosmetic procedures on people's faces with nails this long. She's doing threading. And guess what? Because her nails were so long, she couldn't wear the properly sized gloves. So
Yes.
she's wearing these huge loose gloves doing these procedures that require lots of precision, and they're on the face. So if you all think that there's no problem with that and you want to argue.
Well, it's not just that. All of the little bits and dirt and thick grime that builds up into the nails. So even when you're doing things without gloves, it's even worse.
with me on it, then
And your nails can puncture the glove pretty much at any time.
I mean, you can go to someone like that. Personally, no, I would not want someone working on my face when they have nails out to here. And I definitely wouldn't want them touching me because I know that their nails aren't clean. There's no way in between
No
each
way.
patient they're doing a full scrub
Correct. There's just
under
no
those nails in between each patient visit. I don't believe that could happen. You don't even have that much time in between patient visits anyway. So if y'all want to make it into a targeted thing about a culture and say I'm trying to target black people.
Again, hospital. I worked in a hospital. I worked as a pharmacy tech in a hospital for when I was like 18, 19. Yeah, acrylics, a lot of things that women wear nowadays was a huge no-no as a pharmacy tech, as a pharmacist, as a nurse, as a physician.
Last time I checked, the long nails is trending everywhere for everybody. I didn't know that was specifically for black people.
Agreed.
But
That's not what you said. That's not what you said, okay? The way you're backtracking right now, you got your hands up playing defense. You look like a corner.
I don't think so. I don't think she's backtracking anything. She did talk about ghetto, and she talked about dressing ghetto, and long nails is ghetto. Is it not, P? Or am I confused?
You're looking like Darrell Reeves. If you came on here and you said long nails, bad, nobody would have disagreed with you, bro. Being a
Oh, I
nurse
get
and
what you're
having long
saying.
nails-
You don't like the when she used the word ghetto itself. I get it.
Working in healthcare and having long nails is unsanitary. All the build up, we get that. You said the makeup and the lashes. Come on now, and you said it's ghetto. We know what you're talking about. If you're
Are long nails not considered somewhat ghetto? Is it not? Maybe Am I being an asshole right now?
You gotta say some shit. You gotta stand on it. You can't be doing all this, oh, long nails, oh, nails. Yeah, we know long nails bad, but that's not what you said. Now look, before I give my opinion and stop joking around, let's get into some of the responses. Because, yeah, the black women weren't happy.
A non-black woman with jet black eyebrows that looked like she ignored the timer to wipe the henna off her eyebrow, so now it is stained, came on the internet and decided to critique the appearance of women in healthcare. The thing about it is that she
What's wrong with critiquing images of women in healthcare?
wants you to believe that it was a generalized statement that she was making. However, the people that she described was oddly specific. It was oddly familiar. Time and time again,
Again, I'm gonna go against this. I'm actually against P on this. Black women and black culture is huge. It is very prevalent. It is literally going into every other culture. Asian people, Hispanic people, white people. We are all absorbing some of the black culture. Long nails, a lot of makeup, and thick eyelashes or thick eyebrows and stuff. Do we not see that with all women? Not just black women? We literally feature a whole bunch of women that are white, Hispanic, and all that have those things. I would consider them ghetto. Personally. Am I wrong?
Black women thrive, and it bothers people. It bothers people so bad because we were never supposed to be on the same level as them, let alone surpass them.
You have to follow the same rules as everybody else. The nails thing and all that was always a thing.
When you wake up in the morning, not looking like you roll out of bed, wearing lashes, makeup, and nails does not stop you from doing your job effectively. But the fact of the matter is that you are so triggered by the women who put themselves together that
it actually does. You have to be more careful with your nails. It makes your job harder and more difficult when you have these things. And if you have a full face of makeup, you're more worried about how your face is going to look, about wiping yourself and all these things because you want to look perfect. I believe it all matters.
Stopping you from being able to function, and that sounds like a you problem. A black woman has always been in fields that the world thought we didn't have access to. It might not have been many of us, but it was us. We was there. And now you get a front row seat with social media, and you realize that we're not only on the same level as you, we're surpassing you. So now, what else can they do to drag us down? They start picking.
They're not. Again, I feel like this is more like a race battle, it seems like. And I don't think it's a race battle, personally.
Looking at our physical appearance. We're telling you gotta put your best foot forward because when you look good, you feel good. And most importantly, they don't want you to feel good. You don't have to look like what you've been through, but they want you to look like what you've been through. I swear to God, a brown angel falls from heaven every single time you let them win.
I can't lie. She came on here and her makeup is looking top tier, okay? She made sure that she was glammed up to the max before making this video. But let me ask a question, man. Just because something might be a little bit racist. Look. He's about to start cooning. Hear me out.
Oh, he's cooning.
Does that necessarily mean it's wrong? Like, can two things
be true?
Be right?
And to that nurse, they said that it was ghetto for women to have lashes and nails at work that is now trying to backpedal and say that you mean that they shouldn't have nails in the healthcare scene. You didn't just mention nails in your original video, and you did not just say that. If you would have just said, no, it's nasty for people to have nails in healthcare, then everybody would have understood. But you specifically said nails and lashes. You was talking about how...
Yeah, and makeup. That's literally most women. What are we, confused about exactly on this? Like, if you really look at every single almost Instagram model or Instagram person, I don't even want to say model, Instagram woman, almost every woman is going to have those things. It doesn't matter what race or what profession or whatever they are. So if they happen to be nurses, they're still going to look like that.
How people come to work all done up and stuff, and you were saying that was unprofessional, and then you specifically used the word ghetto, and you knew what people think when they think of the word ghetto. They think of black.
I guess if that's the case, of when you do say ghetto, people automatically associate black community to it. I guess I've never done that. I've always called myself ghetto because I grew up in the ghetto. Like, I grew up in a very rough community. I don't know. Am I being racist?
People, stop being fucking dense. What's unprofessional is you getting on the internet knowing that you're a nurse practitioner making a video.
Again, I've always felt like ghetto was just kind of like that low class behavior type thing. That's what I've always associated ghetto with.
Like that. And what should have been your response was not you trying to backpedal or not you trying to compensate for what the fuck you said. It should have been a simple apology. Because a real review would be somebody on the internet like myself saying that we wouldn't even trust you to be our nurse because you most likely would see the person that you described up in that video and be prejudiced towards them or discriminate towards them all because you feel like something that they're doing is ghetto.
I don't like how she mentioned that eyelashes and makeup, how it's unprofessional.
It is.
I just want to know what look is professional for nursing. I feel like as long as I am put together, my uniform is neat, I'm clean, I don't have any foul odors coming from me.
Yeah, you don't realize that your lashes are constantly falling out. There's makeup that's constantly falling out. You're contaminating things with all of this extra stuff.
And I look well and comforting to my patients, that the fact that I have eyelashes or makeup should not matter. Since when did nursing become a profession where you can't look good?
No one said you can't look good. They're just telling you can't glam up like you're an Instagram baddie.
Why is it that since you're taking care of other people, you have to look a mess and you can't hold yourself together?
Again, you go straight to you have to look a mess. No. When was that ever said?
Like me, these eyelash extensions, it's not going to change my level of professionalism. These eyelash extensions are not going to make me late to work. They're not going to make me mistreat a patient. They're not going to make me click off on doctor's orders that I did not do. It's not going to make me not treat my patient well, skip wound care, none of that. Just because I have on an eyelash does not mean I am an unprofessional nurse and does not mean that I do not value my job. I don't wear makeup to work.
Oh, so you don't wear makeup. Why don't you wear makeup?
But so what if you do? I have coworkers who wear makeup to work. Me, I don't wear makeup to work because I'd have to wake up earlier and I sweat at work and I don't want to look a mess because I would look a mess if my makeup starts sweating off.
And there you go. That just literally explained why nurses probably shouldn't. Because you're going to be sweating and you're going to have to be worried about your face constantly.
Because I work mainly 16-hour shifts and I don't want makeup on my face for 16 hours. So that's the only reason why I don't wear it to work. But if I did, it would not affect my level.
You just literally said it did because you're going to be worried about how your faces look and it running and being a mess.
Of care and how I approach patients, families, and the people who are above me that I have to answer to. Okay? Just because somebody wears...
Everybody just took their individualism into professions and into nursing. Everybody still wants to be an individual, to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want as an individual, but no, you're part of a global profession. That is very different than just an Instagram baddie.
Eyelashes or makeup does not change their level of professionalism. And her undertone, it was bothering me because everything that she was mentioning that was unprofessional, it seems like things that women of color do.
Look, I see both sides to this, right? But let's start with the Asian lady. There was definitely an undertone of racism.
Maybe.
Clear as day.
Okay.
She knew exactly what she was doing. She knew exactly who she was.
I can't fully defend it because again, I don't know how other people view the word ghetto. I don't view it as only a black term. I grew up and I've always been people have always called me ghetto. And, being Cambodian and everything from my particular background, I'm a little ghetto. So is it really a racist term when she said that? It may be. Maybe she used it that way. I've always used it a different way. But this is why language is so hard and it matters.
Speaking about. And I think that these black women have every right to come out and say, just because I wear a full face of makeup doesn't mean that I'm not really good at my job. Doesn't mean that I'm not professional. But also, if I'm a patient and I go in to the hospital and my doctor has a bust down rollie on with grills in his teeth, I'm gonna be like, I don't know about this one, coach. Now, in the original full length video, she did mention other issues. And a lot of women agree with those issues that she's bringing up. But she did speak about this for a while. And there are people out there who are saying this is nowhere near as big as an issue as the other things that you spent a very short amount of time speaking on. That's very interesting. You know, you touched on certain issues that really you should have went in depth in. And then you went in depth on this one thing that isn't really that deep. But what did you guys think in the comments? Let me know your thoughts and feelings.
I'm like 50-50, I guess. I can Asians can be a little racist. I can admit that. So there could be a little bit of undertone to it. I'm not going to disagree. But I also don't know what she thinks about and stuff like that. If it was me personally using the word ghetto, I never really associated with that. Because, again, I've always been called ghetto all the time when I was growing up. I never thought it was like a race-based term. I just thought it was like a low-class, you know, you're a delinquent kind of jackassery type thing.
Are these women unprofessional for coming with a 40-inch bust down, looking like a Barbie doll? Let me know in the comments.
I think they are.
So I'm being called racist because I was in a Starbucks and a Latino presenting man came really, really close to me, to my
Latino presenting man. What does that mean?
person, like looking for an outlet charger is what he said. And I said, whoa, what's going on? And he said, I'm looking for a outlet, you dumb black bitch. So we proceeded to, I was so alarmed. He was mad close to me. And I'm like afraid because this grown man is invading my personal space and he's acting like he want to fight. So I'm like, what the fuck? I start backing up because I would never try to fight a man. I stood up and he was still going. Thank God there was a police officer in the vicinity. He told me to get out of here. I said, you get out of here. I should call ICE on your ass. I said that. I said it. Now people saying, oh, I was with you until you said you was going to call ICE. Oh, you don't meet racism with racism. First of all, saying you're going to call ICE is not racism. Did I discriminate against him? Yes, I did. Because I was...
That's... I don't know if that's racism, but it has some undertones of it, it seems like.
It's racist. If he was white, would you have said that? If he was black, would you have said that? Look, call me what you want. If someone's racist to me, I'm being racist straight back. Stand on business. Why are we not... Gone are the days where people stand on business, man. If you're racist to me, I'm being racist right back to you, bro. We could go racist for racist. But you coming on here acting like this wasn't racist? You only said that because of where he was from.
Correct. Okay.
Just, again, flip it. If it was a white person and you said something to a white person and they said, go back to your country or this isn't Africa, that would be racist.
True.
Distinguishing and differentiating what he presented as to me. Was I prejudiced and biased? Yes. Because I...
Oh, you're right. She's using the racist plus prejudice plus power equals racism, and black people don't have the systemic power to be racist. Is that what she's using?
Prejudged his legal status. Yes, that's true. And I did that in defense of myself because he was actually being blatantly racist, derogatory, and disrespectful toward me and threatening by invading my personal space. So now people are saying that I'm racist. First of all, ICE is not...
I'm not saying you're racist. I'm saying that was racist. Stand on it, man. Like, if you came out and you told that story and you just stood on it, I feel like there would have been people who would have been like, ooh, I wouldn't do that. But, you know what I'm saying? Again, like, if these people want to go... If you want to go there, I'll go there. I'll go wherever you want to go. How low you want to go, I'm right there. This is cognitive dissonance now. You're doing gymnastics. Because what you said was worse than what he said. He just mentioned your skin color. You... brought up a whole stereotype about the whole...
Not synonymous with just the Latino community. Y'all do know that you could call ICE on an African person that's from Zimbabwe or Uganda or Senegal.
Oh, come on, man. Let's be for real, man.
Okay. I understand where P is coming from now. Now watching that particular clip. I get it. I get you, P. I get you. My bad. I wasn't fully against you. I was just like the way... I just didn't fully understand what you were going at. Okay.
Come on, man. Just stand on business.
Or Nigeria that's not in legal standing in this country. You could call ICE on a European. You could call ICE on a Lebanese person. You can call ICE on someone from Jamaica. You can call ICE on someone from Barbados. But the fact...
I mean, you can just say you can call ICE on anybody that doesn't belong in the United States.
That is black people literally defending this, saying I should have stayed quiet and I should have been complicit. I'm not Martin Luther King. Bitch, this ain't 1940. Why do we have to turn the blind eye and always take the high road when people blatantly disrespect us?
I'm not trying to say it as like a whole group, but I think it's just a good practice for everyone. Like, don't listen to these people say these things to you or whatever. It's just walk away. It's not worth the time and effort majority of the time. Again, it does put you in a bad light because you reply or whatever it is. So almost always it's just better to ignore it majority of the time. Yes, of course, defend yourself. I'm not saying just let people trash you.
This is not okay. And the fact that they are seemingly some people that are more outraged at my response than they are at his initial threatening, attacking, provoking, disrespectful, and racist stance toward me. Protect black women, because this is out fucking rageous.
What?
Right?
What you said was worse than what he said. But it's okay, bro. Like, I'm not, some people might be mad. I'm not mad. He started it. That's how I see it. You went there, I went lower. You know, I always tell this story. When I was in school, I had a bandana, a blue bandana, okay? I wasn't crippin', but I had a blue...
You sure, Tukey? Don't tell me, Tukey P, you weren't crippin'.
Bandana. My mom bought it for me $5. I'm in like the canteen area, about to buy my stuff. And I was a quiet guy. I'm always been quiet, always been laid back, reserved. Had my blue bandana in the back pocket. Now, these guys in the canteen, they must have been Bloods or whatever the case is. I don't care. My mom bought this for me. I'm wearing it. Had it in my back pocket. They took it out. They started throwing it around each other. I'm like, give me my bandana. We call it a scarf. But I'm like, give me my bandana. They're playing around, joking like I'm some kind of, like it's a game. Like I'm some kind of, okay. I was like, I didn't say anything. Mm-hmm. I knew a girl who had one of the guys' hats. My bandana cost $5. His hat cost $100. I knew where his hat was. It was raining. I took the hat from the girl in the rain and I dragged it all in the rain, all the way to the canteen for all of them to see, and I threw it in the bin. Yeah, if you go low, I'm going all the way down. So I've got no problem with what you done, but just it was racist. And it was, what you said was worse than what he said. Now, he might have been threatening, whatever the case is, but this protect black women, what are you talking? Like, you were racist. It's okay. Like, just stand on it, bro. It's all right, man.
Listen, y'all better stop listening to them folks when they tell you that you can't make sneakers look good with a court outfit. You hear me? Look how professional.
No, it does not.
This looks. You see how I put that color scheme together?
No.
Put that suit on with them sneakers.
This is also, I agree, like, not agree, but like, I'm gonna go on this. I don't think a lot of men should be wearing like Jordans and like sneakers out there. Just my opinion. It does make it look a little goofy. Just me. That's how I see it.
Matter of fact,
because I've seen like people like dress professionally and yes, wear their Jordans, and I'm like, maybe slightly more professional clothes.
wear them 12s, okay? The flu games, my shoe game, you ain't got nothing on me. It's the best dressed public defender.
If your public defender shows up wearing Jordans, you're going to jail. This gotta be illegal. Correct me, please. Somebody help me. This gotta be illegal in some manner. In some way, this is illegal. It gotta be. Like, she gotta be able to go to jail for that. There's no way you can show up in them folk courtroom like that, cuz. And this is what I be talking about, bro. Y'all need clothes for everything you do, including work.
Yes.
This is the equivalent of a man wearing Jordans with a turtleneck. when should you ever wear Jordans with a turtleneck?
I've seen it in the wintertime.
Now, in this token, when the hell should you wear Jordans with a skirt? When has that ever looked good?
From the outside looking in, this is one of the reasons why I love America, man. People are so expressive. Like, you see the most random stuff, man.
You do.
She came to work.
You know what's crazy now is the Crocs. Everybody with the Crocs and Croc charms, they're like all over the place. I see so many people with Crocs and like funny, cute Croc charms.
With a blazer, a skirt, and a jeans. Matched it and pulled up with confidence. Again, I don't know how confident I would be if she was representing me, but in the UK, you don't see anything like this. Everyone wears black, navy blue, grey. Like, it's just dry, plain, no entertainment. Guarantee, like, she spent, you know what I'm saying? Like, she thought about it and she was like, ooh, put it on in the mirror. Oh shit, she probably sent a picture to a couple people. They were like, oh, this is lit. And then she pulled up with it to work and she made a video about it. Sensational.
Okay, me personally, when I first watched it, I did not take anything considered too, like, racist, at least me. But I can see how other people have viewed it now that I've gone through the video with P and everything. And I got how P understood it too. If you're gonna stand on business and say people are ghetto, you know, hey, you're ghetto. Stop acting ghetto. Like, yeah, I agree with that. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time.